Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Let's quickly begin with this story. It concerns the MPFL, where they have rescheduled match day 15 and 16 fixtures because of the festive period, and the match day 16 fixtures will now be played on the 21st of this month, just to accommodate and give a 1 week break for delay. So the day it was moved forward because of the festive period, and that is a good way to go. We know that in Europe at this festive period there is usually there is a break in the top 4 leagues in Europe. That is La Liga, French Ligue 1. But for England, there are matches lined up for Boxing Day and also the New Year. So it's a good thing that our own league here in Nigeria had to reschedule this game just to allow these players to have that fellowship with their family during the festive period. That information coming straight from the headquarters, the MPFL headquarters, for the rescheduled game. So all of the players' circular have been sent out to all of the 20 clubs in the league, just to take note that their match day 15 and 16 fixtures have been rescheduled, which is a good one. It's a welcome development. If you look at the Nigerian Premier Football League this season, well organized. We've seen some good organization in the league, good officiating, and when the officiating is not okay, we've seen referees being sanctioned. About 5 referees already this season have been sanctioned. They've been put on hold, and that is what we actually want to see. At some point, the organizers of the league came out to say they are going to sanitize the league. At least they are going to rip out the bad eggs in the Nigerian Premier Football League, which is what we want, because we really want to see our league also rubbing shoulders with the big league in Europe, like that La Liga, EPL, French Ligue 1. At least let's rate our league like those leagues we have in Europe, and probably surpass some of the leagues, the South African league, that is the Super Dix in South Africa, the Botola in Morocco, the Egyptian league, Egyptian Premier League, the Algerian Professional League. At least let's also look at our own Nigerian Premier Football League side by side with some of this league, and that is what it is as it stands right now. A good one from the organizers rescheduling this game just to accommodate the players are also having that break, that period to fellowship with their families during the festive period. You know, when it is Christmas and New Year celebration, it's a good thing you celebrate it with your family, and that is what the league actually put into consideration, and some other logistics that made them to move match day 15 and match day 16 forward by a day each. So the match day 16 fixtures will now be played on the 21st of this month, just to allow them go for the Christmas and New Year break. So it's a good thing that we're having this, and a good one from Davison Owumi and everybody who is in the MPFL board, and for actually putting these players and other things into consideration by moving these matches forward by a day, and it's a good thing. All right, let's leave that story. We can, like we did in the morning show, we cannot stop talking about CAF Awards 2023, because it's a good one. We'll talk about it now. The Senate has actually proposed that more should be given to sports, and it's a good thing, because during the campaign, the electionary time in Nigeria, all of the campaign words from all of our government office holders, none of them actually made mention of sports. We didn't, even when the president was giving his acceptance speech after he was declared, after he was inaugurated, after he was sworn in as the Nigerian president, nothing was really said about sport. So it's a good one that right now this Senate are canvassing, actually appealing for more investment into sports development. Sport is an area that can actually create jobs for the youth in the country, and if the Senate actually know what they are doing, I think that they should all rally around and look towards this and see how the government of Nigeria can invest in sports. Sports is a very good sector where we can use to help the youth, take the youth off the streets. You see what sports can do, and it's also a unifying factor. Take for instance, when you are watching a football game in the stadium, and your darling national team, the Super Eagles or the Super Falcons or the Flamingos or the Flying Eagles or the Golden Eaglets scores a goal, you don't even know who is sitting beside you. Immediately that goal goes in, you just jump up, you scream, you embrace. That is the way to go. That happiness, that joy in you, you wouldn't even know maybe this person is from the north, this person is from the south, or this person is from the east or west. Because of what? Because of that goal alone. So sports is a unifying factor. It's a good thing that the Senate are looking towards this to see how, by calling for more investment into sports development in the country. If there is anything to go by, I think it is the way to go. And kudos, thumbs up to that senator who is the Senate Committee Chairman on Sports, Sumaila Kawu, who actually proposed this. He's the Chairman Senate Committee on Sports at the upper chamber, that's the National Assembly. So he has proposed this, and I pray that this bill see the light of the day and see how they can actually create an avenue where the government will actually invest in sports development in Nigeria. I think Sumaila Kawu knows the way forward. At least he has seen now Nigeria winning that, Osimhen and Asisa Toshola with Chiamaka Nnadozie winning that award. Let's say more investment is coming into sports. By now, maybe must have produced the FIFA World Best assistance right now. But I believe we are getting somewhere. I believe we are going there. And if government can actually at least create an avenue, create policies that will allow private investors to come into the country and invest in sports, put every other thing in place, and let's see how sports can become a business, a total business in Nigeria. If the country, if our leaders look into this specifically, we can actually, sports can create more than 2,000 jobs for a start for the youths in the country. And you know, when 2,000 youths are being employed through sports, out of that, those 2,000 youths have their family. That is the way to go. In a way, you'll be reaching out, you'll be touching lives. So for Sumaila Kawu, is a good one. He said this yesterday at the plenary, when the plenary session was going on, after they saw what happened in Marrakech, Morocco, and he decided to bring this to the floor in the Senate chamber. So it's a good one. Let's see how it goes at the end of the day. We are calling on the government, not just Senator Sumaila Kawu alone, because a lot of persons might say because he is the Senate committee chairman on sports, that is why he is actually proposing that. No, I think he has seen reasons what sports can actually do for the country, and that is why he has proposed that, to see how sports can go to the next level. All right, let's leave that story. Still talking about the CAF Awards. Now, Victor Osimhen granted an interview, and he said, my CAF Award will actually lift the Super Eagles. How? Yes, I believe because when the Super Eagles will be playing in the Nations Cup 2023, I tell you, all eyes will be on that team. All eyes will be on Victor Osimhen, because arguably he's the best player on the continent. And that is why Jose Pizarro, our own Super Eagles coach, need to get all his tactics right, because the Super Eagles cannot afford to bow out of the Nations Cup just like they did the last time out in the second round or in the group stages. It's unacceptable, sincerely speaking. If that happens, Jose Pizarro should just know how to at least put smiles on the faces of Nigeria if that happens. And that is why Victor Osimhen has said, winning the CAF Player of the Year will leave the Super Eagles, and I believe is a morale booster for the entire team, not just Victor Osimhen alone, because every other person he plays for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So that is the way to go, and that is an area where Victor Osimhen is actually looking at, and that is why he said, where he granted that interview, that my award, my winning the CAF Player of the Year, will lift the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Nations Cup is just weeks away from now, and it's a good thing that the CAF Player of the Year will be there with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, at least wearing the green and white color for Nigeria, representing the country in our own mini World Cup. We can say mini continental championship, just like the way the European Championship will be going down in 2024. That is how we're having our own AFCON 2023 to be played in 2024. January precisely is the kickoff, January 13th, and it will elapse in February 11th. That is when the whole story, the whole journey will come to an end. Who leads the AFCON 2023 in Cote d'Ivoire? Super Eagles of Nigeria host Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Morocco, Ghana, Congo, DR, Equatorial Guinea. Who lifts the AFCON title this time around? Nigeria is looking to lift it for a record 4th time, and other countries some of the countries are also looking to lift it for the very first time. So who wins it this time around? The answers to that question will start on January 13th in Cote d'Ivoire, and our first game in AFCON will be on January 14th against Equatorial Guinea. So we will be keeping a date on January 14th in AFCON against Equatorial Guinea. That was our first game in the group. So let's see how that pans out, because our first game will determine how far we'll go in the group, and after the group stages, our second round opponent will also determine how far we'll go in the competition. If we get to the semi-final, then we already have our eyes set to get to the final. First thing first, go out of the group, qualify for the second round, from the second round going to the quarterfinal, from quarterfinal, semi-final. So anything can happen in the semi-final, but definitely we want to be in the final. If the Super Eagles gets to the final, it's going to be a very good one for the country and the entire team. All right, let's leave still on the shores of the continent. Let's leave Victor Osimhen now and talk about the AFCON, where the tickets for the Mondial is on sale, has gone on sale right now. So for those who will be going to Cote d'Ivoire, your ticket sales right now has begun. So you can get all of these. Go to CAF Online. That is where you go to CAF Online and probably know how to get your own ticket. Just Google CAF Online on your Android phone, and you'll be given the procedures on how to get tickets for AFCON 2023. Nigeria will be there, and I believe a lot of Nigerians will also want to go to Cote d'Ivoire and cheer their Dali team on to victory, probably lifting that title. All right, let's leave the shores of the continent and go straight to Europe, where actions tonight will be coming up in the Europa League. We looked at some of the group games in the morning show, and now we're going to look at the remaining group games in the evening show. And just hours from now, those games will be coming up in the Europa, the second tier competition of the UEFA Champions League. We looked at Group A to D in the morning show, and now let's quickly look at other groups for tonight's games. We have Lens against Toulouse of France, Union Saint-Gilloise we play Liverpool, Panathinaikos, that is in Group F of Greece. We play Maccabi Haifa of Israel, Rennes of France against the Villarreal of Spain. That is another team that do so well when it comes to Europa League. In Group G, we have Roma against Sheriff Tiraspol, Slava Prague against Sveti, and then in Group H, we have Bayer Leverkusen against Molde of Norway. Our own Victor Boniface will be looking to get a goal in that game for Bayer Leverkusen tonight. Then in Group E, we have the Europa Conference League. That is the third tier competition of Euro competition. Liga Warsaw against AZ Alkmaar of Netherlands. Zrinjski Mostar against Aston Villa of England. Ferencváros CTC against Fiorentina. KRC Genk against Kurasiki. And then in Group G, we have Aberdeen to take on Eintracht Frankfurt of Germany. PAOK Salonika of Greece against HJK Split, Haju Split, as that's the name of the team. That is where our own Awazim is playing. We have Fenerbahce against Spartak Trnava, and then Ludogorets Razgrad against FC Nordsjælland of Denmark. All right, that's in the Europa Conference League. So all of these games are lined up for tonight in the second tier and the third tier of European competitions. Like I said, hours from now, those games will be coming up. Precisely 7:45 p.m. Nigerian time, and some of the other games will be coming up 8 p.m. 9 p.m. So whichever game you want to watch, you can just go out there and enjoy all of this action-packed Thursday evening in football, most especially in the European competitions. All right, we cannot talk about the men's competition in Europe alone. We also look at the women's competition. There were games last night in the Women's Champions League. And let's look at Group A result before we look at the fixture. Rosengard women lost to Barcelona Femino 6-0. Asisa Toshola was not there. Benfica, team of our own Christy Uchebe, pipped Eintracht Frankfurt ladies 1-0. And then in Group B, we have St. Pölten women and Slava Prague women played out a goalless draw. And Lyon Feminines, that's perennial winners, won their game 3-1. And then for the fixtures, we have Group C, FC Bayern Munich ladies against Ajax women, PSG Feminines against Roma Femminile, that is from Italy, and then our own Chiamaka Nadozie team, Paris FC Feminines against Real Madrid Feminino. We will be seeing Chiamaka Nadozie in that team, and then the other game in Group D, Chelsea women will play Hacken women. Those are games lined up for tonight in the Women's Champions League. All right, that is where we'll leave it on Sports Update from Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi saying thanks for watching.